Would you like to learn how to have powerful sales conversations that feel as easy as a day at the beach and how to do super simple selling? Well, then you're in the right place because that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Welcome back to Book Yourself Solid, the fastest, easiest, and most reliable system for getting more clients than you can handle, even if you hate marketing and selling. I'm Walt Hampton, and this is Super Simple Selling. To have a successful sales conversation, the Book Yourself Solid way, you need to do 4 things. 1. Let go of limiting beliefs and say it with confidence. 2. Follow the Book Yourself Solid paradigm of sales. 3. Use the proven 4-part formula in your sales conversation. And 4. Trash the pitch of the day and don't be a sleazy salesperson. Let's talk about each of these 4 points. First, letting go of limiting beliefs and saying it with confidence. Service providers often find it a challenge to think of themselves as salespeople. I know it's been a challenge for me. You're in the business of helping others, and the sales process might seem incompatible with this. Being comfortable with the sales process requires you to let go of limiting beliefs about being worthy of the money you're earning. So you may need to shift up some of your beliefs so that you're comfortable standing in your own value. And believe me, when you do this, others will feel it. They'll resonate with you, and they will be happy to pay you what you're worth. And this will only likely come with practice. So my advice to you is practice. Next, I want to explain the Book Yourself Solid paradigm of sales. You will have a successful sales conversation when you have earned the right amount of trust at just the right time. Remember, you can only make sales offers that are proportionate to the amount of trust you have already earned. And your clients buy when it's right for them. When these 2 factors, trust and timing, come together, you'll be able to have a successful sales conversation and book the business. But this only works if you've done all that other stuff we've already talked about and you've got all that stuff in place. That is, you've got a solid foundation with a red rope policy communicating that you work only with your ideal clients. You're clear about why people buy what you're selling. You've got a personal brand identity. And you're able to talk about what you do without sounding fuzzy or confusing. Not only that, but you've built credibility over time. You've got a sales cycle that builds trust. You have a keep in touch strategy that moves folks through that sales cycle. And you have an information products strategy that enhances your credibility. It's then, and only then, that you're in a position to have a sales conversation. And when you do, you're going to want to use the 4-part proven formula. Now remember, a sales conversation is just that. It's a conversation. It's free-flowing. It's unscripted. It's easy. It's natural. But with 4 parts that look something like this. Part 1. You're sitting with your potential client, and you want to ask your potential client questions like these. What are your goals? What are you working on? What do you want to achieve? Then listen. And when you're certain that you understand what your potential client is trying to achieve, then part 2 of the formula is to ask, how will you know when you've achieved that goal? What results will you see? How will it feel when you achieve it? And again, you want to listen. Then, to ascertain if your potential client is in a hiring frame of mind, move on to part 3 of this formula and ask, would you like someone to help you with that? Now, if your potential client says no, wish him or her well and just keep in touch. But if she says yes, then part 4 of the formula is a question like this. Would you like that person to be me? And adding in, because you are my ideal client. Now, your potential client is likely to ask, what do you mean by that? Because likely no one has ever told them that before, that they're their ideal client. And you can respond with the qualities that you see in him or her, and that will resonate deeply. And perhaps they'll say, wow, that is so me. And then you can say, so shall we look at our calendars and book an appointment? And the answer likely will be yes. Now, you don't want to use the language I've used verbatim, but can you see how simple this framework is for a sales conversation? So the overall 4-step process is this, and it's the secret to getting booked solid. Step number 1, execute a few of the 6 core self-promotion strategies. Step number 2, when a potential client becomes aware of you, he or she will take a look at your foundation. And if it looks secure, if it feels secure to him or her, he or she will give you the opportunity to earn his or her trust. So then, step number 3 is when your plan to build that trust and credibility comes into play. And you move your potential clients through your sales cycle, demonstrating your likability and building that trust and credibility over time. And then step 4, when the time is right, your potential client will raise his or her hand and want a sales conversation. And if you know how to price your offers and have a simple sales conversation, then you will book the business. And this process will repeat over and over and over again. This is why the Book Yourself Solid system is a systematic approach to getting more clients. Now, one last thing on this. None of us like to be sold. I know I hate to be sold. It just doesn't feel good. People don't buy because you want them to. And they will rarely buy because you've persuaded them with some pithy pitch. Have a relationship with your potential clients. Listen to them. Avoid the pitches and the hard sell and the canned close. And remember your own red rope policy. You're not meant to work with everyone. You will be successful when you have followed the 4-step process of Book Yourself Solid, remembering that selling is nothing more than showing your potential clients how you can help them live a happier, more successful life. So that's it for Module 3. In the next video, I'm going to begin sharing with you the 6 core self-promotion strategies. See you then.